Welcome back to another video, you guys. Blade here, and we're gonna go ahead and go over a few things regarding yesterday's stream, as well as some new stuff that ended up getting skipped over with different content systems that will be coming to CN, TW, and KR. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. In the upcoming days, I'm going to be renewing a lot of guides for both, of course, my TW, KR, well, for both, of course, my CN and TW type content, while also revamping a lot of my global content. So if you're either going to be new to TW, expect to see a lot of newer stuff on that. Going to be new to CN, KR, any of that, as well as global, you will have a lot of guides to look through. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So with this one here, we're going to go ahead and look at Twitter, seeing that the man Najox ended up posting a thread of some things that we ended up missing out on, because we had a different stream. It actually did show some gameplay of the characters. We do have that stream as well, so I'll be showcasing that. But inside of this, there was a few things that weren't translated, and we just didn't know what exactly they did just yet. So we have it all translated thanks to the man RedHarv, who's inside the worldwide Discord. Tell him thank you, as well as Najox, for posting this right here, because it's going to tell us everything that we need to know. One of the first things that we ended up missing was the new wonder weapon engravement system. I mentioned it on side the video, but the thing is, we never knew exactly how it worked. Well, essentially with the new engravement system, we're going to be able to spin these things called engraved stamps, and they will be able to activate a new weapon's effect. So alongside the regular like effect that we do get on the weapon itself, we're now going to be able to have a different effect on top of that said weapon, which allows you to get even more buffs for our man Wonder, or maybe even more buffs for his team. Now you're able to obtain these engravement stamps with these things called joy medals. You guys already know how they look pretty much. They're like this weird little red badge with a music note on it, or maybe like a rainbow badge with a music note on it. You all should be kind of familiar how it looks, and you're able to exchange them out the exchange shop. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and it's actually kind of nice to actually see that we're going to get something else a little bit newer that we still have a lot of currency for. The next thing that I wanted to go over was the new permanent food buffs. I vaguely mentioned this here because we literally did not know jack about it here, but apparently with the new permanent food buffs, there's going to be 8 of the permanent food typings here, and when you eat them, they will permanently increase wonder stats. Just as we guess, of course, it's not going to be any of the party stats because that wouldn't make any sense there. But these are all going to be for wonder stats, meaning secondly, it is going to be helping out Wonder's team no matter how you do slice it, because these stats are also going to go to your personas, who are going to most likely do better with buffing, debuffing, and so on and so forth. There is no cap apparently to the amount of buffs for each food, but eating the same food will give you a weaker buff. So although these are permanent buffs and you can easily make them, you will definitely notice that there's not going to be a lot of stuff, or at least there's going to be weaker buffs and stronger buffs. You want to have them all, of course, so be sure to get the new recipes and the new ingredients. So just keep that in mind. Now, the next thing that we wanted to go over was the rank, oh Jesus, the rank 9 personas here. Now, this is another interesting one because we got 2 new ones, which is kind of interesting to see here. One of them is going to be Macabre, which we already knew that one was going to be coming out here. And this is going to be obtained via the meta jewels in the divine summoning area. This looks a little weird because I don't know if this is more of an event thing here. When I did click it, it looks kind of interesting, but it reminds me of the what's it called, the roulette for outfits, right? On TW, and geez, this is why I'm saying my throat's dying still, but on TW, we go ahead and actually look here. The outfits and stuff, or I guess it's not on here, I guess it'd be on global. For Futaba and them, you can just outright buy the outfits, right? Well, on TW, usually you have to kind of do a gotcha for it. And I'm hoping that's not what this is. It looks very similar to something like it. There's only 5 spins in here, so obviously you will get it pretty early. But I'm very scared of this because I can't tell if it's a just straight up what's it called, if it's straight up just a event thing, which if it is, that's great, because then we can get all 5 tickets pretty easily and just keep moving on with our lives. But the thing that's making me feel like it's not just an event thing is the paper at the bottom left down there on the TV, where usually I see those, that's like a gotcha history. and it's going to tell you, hey, if you got lucky to get this. If this is a gotcha thing, I'm not going to be the happiest about it, though I can't really do much about it. Of course, I'll probably express my disdain to it, but this is where you're going to be able to get Macabre. Now, the next one, oh yeah, it does say it, Meta Jewels and Divine Summoning Event. Yep, so there's your answer. Definitely kind of sucks there. But then we have the two other personas that we're going to be getting, which is going to be a Najox Overclock. Now the materials are going to be gotten from the chapter 4 finale here, but alongside of this here, you'll be able to get more of them to help him go ahead and go up to his next tier. So apparently Najox is going to be kind of renewed and be even better, which is going to be a huge thing to as well as try to see. Now, our next thing that we need to go over is the new Mindscape expansion. I mentioned this kind of like Zenkai's, and I accidentally said the Zenkai's for Dokkan when I meant Legends there. Someone corrected me on that, and I was like, God dang it. See, this is why I don't play Dokkan, but I do play a lot of Legends at times. But when it does come down to this here, this is a new Mindscape expansion, and it's different from what we currently have in the game. We look inside of the game that we have, and this is something kind of parallel for global players as well. If you want to go ahead and look, you're gonna end up pressing like something like this. Click this right now. For global, you only have this outside layer. You don't have the inner layer just yet. We have the inner layer. Well, what it seems like is this orb right here is going to be clickable. When we go ahead and click that said orb here, it's going to bring in this user interface, and we're going to be able to do a bunch of different things here. Inside these three things here, the Mindscape core includes 4 key points that we can all see. And then of course, Mindscape activation will then unlock 2 new talents. They're going to require their own upgrades. So this is all going to be stuff that's going to be new. None of this stuff is going to be stuff that we already have. But by going ahead and doing this, there's also a thing called Mindscape evolution. And this will allow us to hit the character level cap to 100. So instead of it being level 80 as the max, we now will have level 100. This will upgrade the new talents, aka Zenkai, the character, making them a lot better here. And then they will also get attribute skills that they can unlock and add, some from the same attributes of their at least they're going to be from the same attribute skill library as well. So I mean, like, they're all going to have different things that they can put on here. As long as they are part of that attribute function, the other characters of the attribute will also be able to get these things. This will allow you to then not only increase your stats for all the characters of that same attribute here, but it also will allow for some interesting mixed matches. So yes, builds are going to get kind of interesting now. They're going to be a little bit better to see how exactly they're going to perform, which is always great. Now, the last thing that I really did want to show, because I of course already went and looked for it for you guys, was the 4.7.1 little look here. Now, it showed a wee bit of randomness, and what the flip up there, you know what, we're not even gonna question that crap, bro. It showed a little bit of randomness here, which is just Luce's what you call it, I want to say his gameplay. And if we go ahead and look, let's see if the screen can show everything. Let me make my screen a little bit smaller probably, because this here showed us a lot more for exactly what's going on here for Luce. So go ahead, pop this on here. Move this on up. There you go. You guys are going to be able to see a little bit more for Luce himself. But we got some gameplay, which looks freaking nice, by the way. Like, first of all, model looks amazing. We bless. Didn't even get to see this myself. Weapon looks awesome. Gotta love that as well. Persona looks sick as a mug, but the skills are what I enjoy the most. Like, this man literally drags a sword across the ground. Pretty darn cool here. Has this cool little slashes here, and then signs his name, which is insane. I actually did like that a lot. Then we have the look of Soy, which was also interesting. It does look like Soy's type attire, of course, as always. And he is going to be the gun defender. We already knew this was going to be happening here. But alongside of this, this is more of a look at the one-to-one program. So if I ended up pulling Luce, well, then I get Soy for free. If I ended up pulling Luce's weapon, I get Soy's weapon for free. And the same will go for at least what's it called, our thing with Soy. If we pull Soy, we get Luce for free. If we pull Soy's weapon, we get Luce's weapon for free, which is always pretty darn cool. Now, I am kind of sad they didn't show us more about Soy's gameplay, which was the thing I really wanted to show off. But we did get a little bit of a look-see into Luce's gameplay. I'm guessing for Soy, when he does come out or is about to come out, we'll get more gameplay for him as well, because that's going to be cool just to see how Luce really does react as well with how he does his things. Like, it's already sick enough. I can't wait till we get to see exactly what Soy does as well. But that's pretty much everything that I wanted to go over on the TWN. We're gonna have a lot of things going on when it does come down to guides, so look forward to those in the future. But oh, I wasn't sharing my screen, was I? Oh wait, no, I was. I keep forgetting I just closed it, so never mind. All right, so yeah, hopefully you did enjoy that. If you did, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, everybody, peace out.